If you're seeing this, this is your forecast for April of 2026. And if you've never seen me before, my name is Jordan, and I like to read cards on the internet, so we're going to do that. So let's start with seeing what the general vibe is for April if you're watching this. What is the general vibe for this collective for April, Spirit? Interesting. I just did my daily read, and the moon in reverse also was the first card to come forward. So in April, I think it's going to become very apparent to you just how unfamiliar this territory is for you. I feel like you're going through some pretty intense personal changes, not just the change in season. Interesting. The High Priestess in reverse just came forward as well. Not just the change in seasons, but just changes in yourself, how you view the world, how you see things. And I said this in the last reading, and I kind of felt it, but I didn't want to say it because I just said it. But I think it's going to become very apparent to some of y'all just how weak your connection with your intuition is. And the High Priestess and the moon both being in reverse tell me that you need to work on that, like, a lot. So what does the focus need to be then? Like, where should this work focus on, Spirit? Interesting. The Emperor coming forward as well. We have a lot of repeat cards, which is weird. I really feel like you need to just focus on strengthening the connection in general, being disciplined about it, but also having confidence in your ability to tune into your intuition. And viewing your intuition as a solid source of information. I feel like you might be a very analytical person, and you might not entirely view intuitive living as something that's valid because it can't be measured. We do have the Ten of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, as well as the Ten of Swords. I feel like you also need to focus on ending out some cycles that really just don't have a place in your life anymore, especially in the long term. This could be a very painful process, but again, I feel that this process will become easier as you start to live intuitively, as you start to strengthen your intuition there. You're going to realize very quickly that you've been holding on to relationships, situations, jobs that really just don't have a place with you in the long term. They aren't beneficial to you in any way, and you've been holding on to them because you didn't really have like a logical, solid reason for letting go of them, right? You just had a feeling. What is the potential challenge that we're going to see in April, Spirit? Where is that potential challenge for this collective, please? Okay, so the Hermit in reverse. So your potential challenge is going to be tuning into your inner knowledge and thereby your intuition. This is going to be a challenge for you. As I mentioned earlier, I feel like you're someone who's very analytical, someone who really needs solid, measurable evidence in order to agree with an opinion or a position or make a decision. I feel that mistrust in yourself is something that has really just been a trend for you your entire life. This could be something that was instilled in you in childhood. This could be just low self-esteem, whatever it is. You really just don't trust yourself to make decisions based on intuition alone. I feel like you really tend to over-rely on others' opinions as well. So the challenge for you to overcome in April is for you to rely less on what others think or feel you should do and rely more on what feels good for you, right? We also have the Ten of Cups coming forward as well. A lot of cycle endings here. I think another part of this challenge for you is accepting that the results that you want in your life are going to come from trusting your own inner judgment, right? Interesting. The Seven of Swords is also at the bottom of the deck. And another layer to that challenge is going to be realizing that many of the people whose opinions you relied on maybe didn't have your best interest at heart. They were very much focused on what was good for them, what they wanted, their own motives, right? So what's the blessing that we're going to see in April for this collective, Spirit? What is that blessing going to look like? Interesting. So the Seven of Cups and Judgment, the blessing that's going to come through is really you realizing just how open the world is, again, when you begin living intuitively, how many options are available to you. There is going to be such a major awakening here, and I'm just looking at the time. For me, it's 10:01 right now. So a lot of new beginnings. And I feel like this is going to reflect like a major personal shift for you. I feel like a lot of people in your life are going to maybe comment on how relaxed and calm you are. You know, you are going to notice that when you, again, realize just how many people whose advice you relied on didn't have your back or weren't really interested in helping you achieve your best, once you let go of those people, you're going to realize just how much is available to you. This is honestly like really beautiful. It's going to be such a challenge for some of you, but like once you get to this place of judgment, like it's going to be amazing, honestly. What advice do we have for this collective for April, Spirit? What advice do we have for this collective? Really, the main message here is just trusting yourself. The Six of Pentacles in reverse as your advice card. Now, I feel like part of the advice here is to not spread yourself too thinly and focus more on what you are getting out of your connections, out of your situations, than what you're giving. Again, I feel like you are someone who is very reliable, very practical, and sometimes people lean on you because of that. You might be really good with money, so people in your life might lean on you to lend them money, to babysit their kids, to do something around their house. I feel sometimes that you often get caught in the trap of giving what you don't have, and Spirit is asking you to really start setting boundaries for yourself when it comes to that. Stop giving what you don't have. Start doing what feels right for you, especially when it comes to people who might be taking advantage of your kindness, of your practicality, of the resources that you have. Again, I feel that you sometimes struggle with making decisions without having solid evidence to back it up. Your feeling is enough, especially your feeling about people who might not be entirely honest with you. Sometimes that feeling is more than enough. And something that I've seen and heard from people that I think resonates here is you will find out who truly has your best interest when you start setting boundaries, because you will find out how quickly people kept you around because they benefited from you not having boundaries. So that's it for April of 2026. I hope that it's a good month for you, and I'll see you next month.